Welcome to Ice in the Bible Spring Gathering Week number 2, Fasti'ng. The question today is, what can you tell us about fasting? Fasting is more than a physical abstaining. It's a return to the inner flame. In the ancient world, this season marked the rekindling of a sacred fire, where stillness allows renewal and the cycle begins again. As Vesta's flame, Vesta is a wandering star, guys, what they call an asteroid. As Vesta's flame is lit and Anna Perenna turns the year, which is part of every Ides of March, we explore what it means to empty, to receive, and to realign with the source within. So glad you could gather today. We're going to be focusing on this, which is Immaculate Conceptions. Okay, the vulture, there's only females, and they don't make any waves because they only glide in their black. So they are Immaculate Conception. And then, of course, the cobra represents the sine wave, the sin wave, but it also represents eclipsing you, eclipsing the sun and the moon when our vibrations are out of line. And so the sacred fire is, there's two kinds of fires. There's Mars fire, where we get angry, and there's a fire where we're passionate about sharing the truth. I see those two fires within me, and when they come out, when I'm trying to share the truth and I feel this fire inside me, and I still ask people for forgiveness after that because I'm trying to stay as centered as possible, Vesta's fire is that hearth within to share the truth, but making sure we try to transmute it as much as possible. So what a whirlwind on March the 23rd, and Peggy can vouch for that. And I would love to anybody to share with us what your experiences were. But that's when Mercury, third time, okay, which we talked about, on the head of the cobra. So the black hole is directly towards love, and love is going to resonate through your body with the memories of your past. And so that third time was very, 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 very interesting. It was for me, and it was for others. Again, it all depends on everybody's chart and where we're at with clearing the muddy waters. So if anybody's reading this, seeing this video in the future, and they want to tell us what happened to them, plus minus on March the 23rd, we'd love to hear it in a beautiful way, of course. So again, dates to remember: the March 20th, so many synchronicities, was the black moon on Antares, and Antares is the gate of part of fasting too, okay? Because Antares is the abstinence royal gate. There's 4 essences that allow us to get into higher consciousness. That's the 4 evangelists, right? The 4 royal stars, the four gateways, and black moon was there. And I can see the signs on those days when I feel them. All right. And then March 29th, which we're going to talking about today. And that's the Ides of March, Ovid Fasti, the beginning. So Ides of March is saying, hey, look what's happening in the sky. That's the flavor of what we're supposed to be working on. And that's what the churches used to do in the past, to say, hey, here's what's happening in the sky. Ensure when you feel this vibration, it should invigorate you. If it's not invigorating you, it means you need to do some forgiveness somewhere. All right. And again, during this time frame, we then have when Mary meets with the sun, when you meet with Mother, Pluto, Osiris, and Juno, they're going to be aligned together. Pluto is a representation of God, and Mary Magdalene is Juno, Nephthys on the Egyptian walls. And so again, April 2nd is really important because the one that gives gifts versus temptations is Lilith, and Lilith aligns Mary. So a lot of people are going to get a whole bunch of abundance, and other people will have it taken away if they're not there. And you can see that's happening all around the world, right? Okay, so I'll just leave that, and then we'll jump into the Anna Perenna beginning. So let's talk about the intro to Ovid Fasti. And remember, festival, is the Fasti veil. So we have to remember that these are festivals to celebrate. These are meant to be educational. But we have to give gratitude, for we will always be beacons of light, even if we don't understand them. So we're doing these festivals, we don't really understand them, but we're carrying the torch. We're carrying that sacred fire within. So we're not going to show you the celebration that they do, because we're going to show you the metaphysical wisdom for the universe, one verse, one song, one love, and the exam that we're currently being tested with. And we're doing our work, clearing our waters. So the Fasti is a poetic calendar written by a Roman poet, Ovid, around 8 CE, so 8 AD, describing the sacred Fasti veils, the cosmic rhythms in the sky month by month. So book 3 focuses on March, when the fire of Vesta, the eternal heart flame, is ritually rekindled. So that person know that we'd be exactly here when he wrote it in that calendar. Remember, calendar is Kali and Era, which is Isis ending an era. So we need to fast from all non-loving things. Fasti veil of Anna Perenna is celebrated, marking the turn of the yearly cycle. So Ovid unites these two astrological events, Vesta, the inner flame, and the Anna Perenna, the eternal circle of the year, to show how renewal begins when the divine fire re-enters the wheel of time. So on March the 29th, okay, March the 29th, Vesta aligns with the head of the snake. So that is the Fasti veil. This is Fasti. This is the season. Look at this beautiful chart that's on the Egyptian walls. You can see this queen, this you, this is all you. You're both embodying masculine and feminine. So that is there on this wall. You got the throne of Isis. You got the head of Venus, loving all beings, and then the cobras of Lilith, all being at play at this time frame right now. All being at play. And there is the rebirthing symbol right there, okay? This is the Immaculate Conception symbol. So all this is happening. So during this time frame, look at that, in the exact time, in Queenstown, New Zealand, where the Phoenix Rising occurred, the moon will be setting on this exact alignment. This isn't coincidence. At the exact alignment of Fasti that Ovid wrote about almost 2,000 years ago, telling us we got to prepare for when these events happen. And here it is. Here's a ticket. So here is Lilith coming to meet with Mary. Lilith will be in the implosions that we see in a war-torn place. It's like thunderbolt lightnings, ball energy coming, because I've done a really, really, really great big explosion in Nevada, and you can see Lilith at play clear as day. So whether there's a placebo bomb going off or not, it's in people's charts to wake them up. Bombs are going off around you to wake you. There's energy that's missing you because you're almost there, but you got to wave the white flag. And look what's happening. Mars and Pallas. Mars is fire. Pallas is communities. We have to make sure that we transmute that redshift fire, because this is Mars in redshift. So this is all happening at that time frame. So Vesta represents the virgin hearth, the nun, the convent, that sacred fire within. And this is actually happening in the sky, folks. So the sky divides. All right, so on April the 5th, the sky is divided in half. All right, April 5th, 2:12 a.m. Windsor, Ontario time. I use this location so I could put the whole zodiac in 0 degree Aries. So Lilith would have already crossed. So everything is on this side of the chart. Look at it. Everything is on this side of the chart except for Pluto, Juno. So the Earthen Father and the Earthen Mother are control. The Black Moon, still in Scorpio. Right? Scorpio is temptation. And the moon. Well, the moon, because it's going to keep going by. Next week I'll do how long it's going to last. But as you can see, Icarus is the last one to cross the North Node, and the North Node represents the vulture, right? Vulture and the cobra. And on the south node, we have the snake. So those two events, this whole event is happening in the sky as it splits everything on one side. Everybody's with Mother Mary. And these people are going to control the chart. So people are going to feel this control more and more. And we have to understand the only way out of it is with love through forgiveness. So this is not random. It visually creates a two-world system. The visible and the manifest side. The hidden, the underworld, the womb side. You're in the womb with Mary on this. And then this is the whole masculine side with the divine Mary Magdalene, the divine Pluto. This is God the Father. This is regeneration, the one coming off of the cross. You can see the split coming off the cross. Forgive of our sins. We've died on the cross. Doing the forgiveness process is you're dying on the cross. Okay, please forgive them for not knowing what they're doing. No, it's please forgive me for not knowing what I've been doing with this body and these actions. Is the real dying on the cross. So that's what's happening in the sky there. All right. So I just want to show you how beautiful this is. This is and the song. So Kathy texts me saying, "Oh my God, I was watching this video, and as I'm watching it, and all of a sudden the vibration of this energy, I'm just tuning right into it, and two of these, and eventually three, swooped down so low in our street she could witness it through the front window. So she got talked to, so that we can look at this together and listen to this together during talking about Fasti'ng. So Spirit knows what we're going to meet and talk about before we meet. It's beautiful. So this is really cool. It's just like a couple minutes long, and it's a dirt devil. What's a dirt devil? Well, hey, it's a vortex created in the sky, and I can tell you that I went to go look at these because I found the exact times, and I can see the alignment that causes these vortexes. It's beautiful. Watch this. Let people interact with it. Beautifully. So these beautiful things are absolutely caused not by what science says it is. It is spiritual. It is alignments in the sky. It is spirit speaking with us. This is the breath of Sophia, the ether, the pure love, getting us to look to the sky so we can follow our journey. It's absolutely beautiful. So I did, of course, I could not find a date and time of that one, so I went and looked online. They have an amazing amount of recordings because people, they actually went into certain portions and found where they happen the most. And it's beautiful. I mean, there's the part of fortune, Immaculate Conception, right? Which is this bird, which comes from a head, is exactly aligned with Aldebaran. Aldebaran is the royal star in Taurus. All right, there's other alignments too. I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, Juno, Mary Magdalene, and Hygeia. And what's Hygeia's symbol? Right? Right? So everything is divine. We just have to jump in, right? So beautiful. Okay, I just got a couple more slides on just some beautiful things that I've done. This was not so beautiful, but to see the synchronicities. Last week we talked about Procyon before the dog. Right? Before the dog means, so when Procyon rises before Sirius, the River Nile floods. Well, Procyon was exactly over Hawaii when they got the first storm. Well, guess what? The before the dog was accurate. They got a second flooding. And the ground was already saturated, so they got over $1 billion in damage. I won't go through these alignments, but I'm just going to show them out in case somebody wants to look at them. But so the first one was March 14th and then March the 20th, right at the spring equinox. So they got the before the dog. They got the message that more is coming. So this is where we all have to do the forgiveness process. We all have to imagine everybody. And what's going to happen there with $1 billion? The banks, the insurance companies are all going to bail, and we're going to help each other. It's about time now. It's about time that we get back to community, because we build everything. We're doing everything. We don't need corporations. We don't need profit, because profit is stealing each other's labor. All right? So that whole thing is crumbling, and it's in the sky that it crumbles. So I just did this, and I just showed it. Okay, it's a March 20th. This black moon was on Antares. So it's there. The warning signs, everything is there. All right? It's all there. So law of attraction will bring us to the place that we need to have the experience if we haven't cleared our waters before our next reincarnation. It's perfect. You're infinite. Get over it, right? So they had a whole lot of water come down. And whose water? Mother Mary. Mother Mary's water. Mare, sea of love. It's going to bring us all back to love and unity and community. Okay, one last thing I want to talk to you about. Beautiful shrines. Looking, and we'll talk about this more in the future. So I thought, okay, let me go see what's happening in September at the fall equinox. Well, when you look at the fall equinox, exactly who's going to witness that event rising in the east is a place called Ma Punchabarahi Temple in Bhagapatiya, Odisha, India. You know what they have there? There's Ma Durga. This is Isis, Mary, Madonna, Mictecowalla, White Buffalo Calf Woman. Right on the exact location where the son dies on the cross in September is this temple. They're going to be witnessing it. So everything is divinely placed for us to see what's happening in the stars. None of this is coincidence. So here is a temple that they're honoring the divine feminine in their language. And of course, she has like lots of arms, and so because when mama comes home, shit happens. They don't understand why everybody's doing everything to each other. Well, it's not her doing it. It's our own internal waters, and that's why we gotta 100% connect with the divine feminine within. And that's all we have for today.